Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking.
And I pray that whoever did this and is responsible for doing this get caught soon.
You knew what you did, and for you to reach out, it's like, what are you trying to cover?
Rami was amazing. She was creative. She was beautiful. She was talented. She was nurturing.
We're gonna cry, but we're also gonna celebrate her life in the 20 years that she was here on Earth.
On Friday, February 9th, 2024, Baldwin police were dispatched for a shooting in the 5,400 block of Young Ridge Drive. Upon arrival, police found a 20-year-old woman in her apartment with multiple gunshot wounds at about 4:30 p.m. She was pronounced deceased at the scene. The woman would be identified by the medical examiner as Ramiah Griffin.
A woman is now dead after in Baldwin. Police say they found 20-year-old Ramiah Griffin in an apartment on Young Ridge Drive on Friday afternoon.
A 20-year-old woman brutally murdered inside her Baldwin apartment. Ramiah Griffin was a mother to a 1-year-old daughter. We're told she was shot 12 times in her own home and in front of that child. Alden Apartments on Young Ridge Drive in Baldwin say police didn't find her body until several hours after she died.
Here at Allegheny County Police Headquarters, no suspects have been named publicly, but investigators tell me their investigation is still ongoing. Tonight we are learning some heartbreaking details about the murder of Ramiah Griffin and who else was in that apartment with her.
Several neighbors tell Channel 11 detectives on scene Friday night told them Griffin was shot 12 times around 3 a.m. Friday. It was the only time anyone reported to police that they heard a gun being fired. Most people said despite the close units, they heard nothing. Multiple neighbors said homicide detectives did not discover Griffin's body until 4:30 p.m., adding that Griffin's 1-year-old daughter was in the apartment with her mom's body for more than 13 hours. One neighbor in tears told Channel 11 off camera she heard a baby crying for a long time and had an eerie feeling about it. This neighbor adding something else she witnessed, evidence being collected and pictures taken at the crime scene near that ground level apartment.
The screen was busted on the window. I mean, none of it's making sense. That's what I kept hearing them say is it doesn't add up, nothing's making sense.
Police said her 1-year-old daughter was there in an adjacent room in the apartment at the time, but wasn't harmed. Homicide detectives said Ramiah was shot 12 times, likely around 3 a.m. That was the only time anyone reported hearing the sound of shots. Most of the neighbors said they didn't hear anything. Police didn't discover Ramiah's body until 4:30 p.m. that afternoon, while her 1-year-old daughter was in the apartment with her body for more than 13 hours.
She was known to those who loved her as Remy, a young mother described to me as a beautiful soul.
We're gonna cry, but we're also gonna celebrate her life in the 20 years that she was here on Earth.
As the wind howled and temperatures dropped, hundreds of people huddled together to pay their respects to a young woman who meant so much to them.
Rami was amazing. She was creative. She was beautiful. She was talented. She was nurturing.
What did people lose when they lost Rami?
A friend, a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece. I'm just overwhelmed. I just can't wrap my head around it right now.
Brenda Durrell's affectionate nickname for her granddaughter dates back 20 years.
She was just sweet, loving, just my little chubby cheeks.
A young girl who grew into a promising young woman.
Remy was a shining star. Any room that she walked into, all you saw from her was her big bright smile. She was always smiling. She had so many friends.
Remy's older sister by 2 years, Mariah Griffin, described her as her best friend.
It's Riot Bands and they'll copy our new merch. One way out.
No, bro, you're supposed to say your name.
The fact that she was loved by so many people, it's just like, who would want to do something to her and take her life, and in the manner of it, it's just, I just don't, it doesn't make any sense. We just don't understand.
Allegheny County Police identified 22-year-old Adelin Itongwa as the suspect through witness interviews and surveillance footage.
I don't wear Most of my shoes yet. I don't wear this one yet, but it's still brand new.
And I got these. I got these off of Goat. Not too long ago, like last month.
Too, like last week.
I don't know, but mine's is better. Cause mine got more color.
No.
Mine got more color than his, so
Black
mine
and
is
yellow
better.
for the Go. Represent Pittsburgh.
He was taken into custody on Wednesday, February 14th. He's the father of Ramiah's daughter.
Thank you. New on 11/11, a young mother murdered inside her own home, and now police say they've caught her killer. Officers just arrested Adelin Itongwa. He is the father of Ramiah Griffin's 1-year-old daughter. Family members tell us they are sickened over this.
We treated him like family, like he was at the family dinners, and anytime there was a birthday, he was there.
Itongwa is here at the Allegheny County Jail tonight, but earlier this evening, he was next door being arraigned on that charge.
When I got the news, I was just like, just a big sigh of relief.
Ramiah Griffin describes how she felt when she learned police had made an arrest.
We're happy that they found who did it, but, you know, we're still grieving the loss of my sister.
This man, 22-year-old Adelin Itongwa, is behind bars tonight. He's accused of shooting and killing Ramiah Griffin, leaving their 1-year-old daughter alone for 13 hours.
We treated him like family, like he was at the family dinners, and anytime there was a birthday, he was there.
County police say Itongwa was identified through witness interviews and surveillance video before being arrested this afternoon.
He wanted us to find her like that. He wanted us to find my niece soiled in her diaper and my sister lifeless on her bed.
While Mariah and the rest of her family come to grips with the loss of her sister.
And this is a little pin of her.
She says she's
Yes.
thankful.
Yes.
Thankful to the community for support, police for their work, but most of all, for her niece, a piece of her sister left behind.
Her daughter looks exactly like her when she was younger, with her chubby cheeks.
Adelin is charged with criminal homicide and endangering the welfare of a child. He's being held in the Allegheny County Jail. Mariah, Remy's sister, said Remy and Adelin had been together for about 4 years, but were no longer romantically involved after their daughter was born. Mariah said that Adelin attended Remy's funeral. She said that he stayed to himself, sat down, and really didn't say anything.
Yeah, Kristen, good evening. Ramiah Griffin's sister tells us that suspect Adelin Itongwa actually attended Ramiah's funeral, and in her view has been trying to garner sympathy for others. Ramiah's sister Mariah says that she now sees this as all some sort of cover.
I felt angry because, like I said, you knew what you did, and for you to reach out, it's like, what are you trying to cover? You thought that you were going to get away with my sister?
Mariah Griffin says her sister Remy and Adelin Itongwa were together about 4 years. In this picture, the two expecting parents were all smiles. Sometime after their daughter was born, they separated, yet maintained what Mariah thought was a civil relationship in the spirit of co-parenting.
What happens behind closed doors really don't get spoke of much, but you know, there were some things that I've heard, and it, you know, kind of raised an eyebrow.
Mariah described Itongwa as a shady person and controlling, but she respected the fact that her sister still had love for him. And the night she found out Remy had been killed, Mariah said Itongwa needed to know as soon as possible.
He was sounding normal, so in my head, I'm like, he doesn't know what happened. So I didn't want to be the one to tell him what happened. Looking back, it's like he knew what happened.
The news of Itongwa's arrest reached Mariah today as she and her mom were on their way to a custody hearing for Remy's daughter. Now Mariah's even more determined to ensure her niece is placed in the right home, one that is a reflection of the love Remy embodied.
She was the one you would call when you needed help, when you needed a shoulder to cry on. She was the one. We have part of our justice, but we didn't get all of it yet.
Our sincere thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of Remy, especially for that baby girl. It's really crazy that dude had the audacity to show up at the funeral. I'm guessing he showed face to appear innocent of any wrongdoing, but it just seems weird to me. I can't understand what is so hard about leaving. Just leave. This is directed to both men and women. Because, I mean, I can't imagine anything being that serious to where you throw everything away by taking a life. But let me know y'all thoughts down below, and if you haven't already and you feeling the content, subscribe to the channel. I got more videos coming, and I'ma catch you in the next one.
Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking.